Hey, this is Stan from Different Skill bringing you a deck profile on my Eradicator deck. Now, I know you guys were talking about, oh, deck profile, please, Chan, please, and then I read like one comment and it was just like, I liked it better when you guys did deck profiles, and I was like, oh, that's so sad because we're just really busy. And like my cards took forever to get here. Like, actually, I had to order some of the cards because I didn't have it. As you saw in the showdown thing, I was using some proxies, but I have those now, so it's all good. Sleeves, very nice. These cost me like a fortune, so I'm trying not to play with this deck without over sleeves. And Cardfight helped me pick these up in HK. These are hella expensive, so I better make them last, of course. You know. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, onto the deck profile. Amulet and I played different variants of this deck. I'm more of a aggressive-y, all-in-y kind of deck, in a sense. And well, actually, Amulet just likes the sandbag stuff, so it's kind of just how we like to play. So yeah, I'll get right onto it. So of course, any good Eradicator deck for Gauntlet Buster Dragon, or as we call Gauntlet Dunk Dragon or Gauntlet Slam Dragon. Basically, you just add the word dunk or slam onto anything and it becomes awesome. So yeah, Gauntlet Buster Dragon. His effect is Counterblast 2, your opponent chooses a rear guard and retires it. Now, this is not a limit break ability. I bet you didn't know that. A lot of people don't know that this sacrifice ability is not a limit break ability. So if they're caught off guard, if they have like one rear guard, so say they have a Conroe behind their Vanguard, or like their Wingle Brave behind their Vanguard, you can just easily snipe that if that's the only thing on the field. It's a very good ability, and his limit break ability actually is the +1 crit +3k for each rear guard retired ability. So I guess that in the sense it makes them kind of fair, because if not, you would just drop him turn 3 and kill someone with it. So, good job, Ushiro. Gauntlet Buster Dragon is probably one of my favorite cards of all time right now, just because it's so powerful, it's so incredibly amazing. Not much to say about that, so moving on. Oh, beautiful sleeves. I have two Dragonic Descendant. Descendant was hit to 2, although I would not play more than 2 because it's a game finisher, and even if you don't get it, you can still win off Gauntlet Buster Dragon or your other Vanguards. So Dragonic Descendant is an 11k, as all like my grade 3s are, because Eradicator grade 3s are almost all 11k. He has an ability to Counterblast 2 +5000. This ability actually makes it a reasonable Vanguard to ride as your first Vanguard, because generally you want to ride Gauntlet Buster or something else and then ride this as a finisher. But if you have to ride Dragonic Descendant as your first grade 3, it's still okay because of that ability. Now I'll explain that to you later. His limit break 4 is when this unit attack does not hit, you may pay the cost by Counterblast 1, discard 3 Eradicator units. Now this is important. Discard 3 Eradicator units, and this unit restands with an extra critical. So when they're at 4 damage and you attack with this, generally their best bet is to no guard it, because if you don't hit a critical, then you don't kill them, and if you do, if it gets blocked, it comes back with a critical. So I mean, assuming like if they have like 4 perfect guards, then they obviously don't care, or like 3 perfect guards, they can just guard whatever they want. So yeah, but Descendant is a very powerful game ender. Now, the reason why I say the extra ability makes it so that it's okay to rise it as your first Vanguard is because once you get to 4 damage or 5 damage at any point, and you can use his ability to kill someone, you can just Counterblast twice onto himself, or even just once to put him up to 16 or put him up to 21, and you can attack by himself for 21. And if they guard it and they think that they can like hold out on it, or if they're 5 damage even, then they have to block 20k and then restand 20k again with a booster, so it gets really tough to block. So his ability to gain 5k actually makes him very reasonable, because you can hold back, because normally if you don't, your grade 3s are where your Counterblast comes from, unless you're running Dragonic Death Scythe, which I personally don't, because of his other ability that if you discard, you cannot discard a non-Eradicator unit. Now, sometimes this is an issue, sometimes it's not really. because I don't play full Eradicators. I actually have 3 non-Eradicators because they're my perfect. Oh, cool. Good cut, Jan. Good cut. I'm still playing the old Wyvern Guards because they cost less, and if you're planning on playing a budget build, say like you're not going to play all Eradicators, you're going to have, like, instead of Zuitan, you're going to play the Berserker, and instead of, I don't know, that's the only thing I can think of that's actually more budget. Instead of like a sweep command, you're playing like Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, then it could get in the way of this, so be warned. So it's happened to me once where you have one card, and then you say, I'll drive check 2 cards, and I'll discard 3, and I drive checked into a perfect guard, and I couldn't do it, so I'm sure my opponent would not have realized that, but it's all good. Next, we have 1 Sweep Command Dragon. Sweep Command is a very situational card, so I'll explain what he does. When you ride him, you can select an Eradicator unit in your rearguard zone and put him into Soul. If you do, retire a unit in the front row. His limit break is limit break for Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2. When a unit is sent to the graveyard by an Eradicator effect or your effect, I'm not sure. I think it's pretty sure it's by your effect. You may pay the cost, which is Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2. You may retire a rearguard in the front row, draw a card, and plus 5,000 to himself. So it makes him a really powerful card if you can manage to ride, Soul Charge, kill something, Counterblast, kill something, draw 1 plus 5k. Because that's just such a silly ability. But on paper it sounds really silly, but if your opponent knows how to play against Eradicators, they're never going to give you the 2 front row, and you're just going to have to deal with that, and that's why sometimes he's not very good. That's why I only play 1. So he's good in certain situations, and in certain other situations not that good. So I play 1 Vowing Sword Dragon Reverse. A solid card. Has a cross-ride ability. If you have the Vowing Sword, the first Vowing Sword in his soul, he gains plus 2,000, making him 13k base, which isn't very relevant because his ability is just so good. Limit break for Counterblast 2. Lock 2 of your own Eradicator units, and your opponent has to choose 2 of their rearguards and retire them. So straight up plus 2 is very good. You lock 2 guys, but it's okay. Sometimes you can, if you want to go all in on it, you can just pump him, like instead of the usual lock this and this, like a back row and the back row behind the Vanguard, because he gains the 10k, so he's a 21. You can lock these 2 and have 2 of the boosters that gain power whenever a unit is retired, and then you can pump this up to really high and this one to really high if you don't expect 2 perfect guards. I like him a lot, so. And this card gets up to, like, I think it was like 60k. I think you can get up to 60k with no triggers, right? Because you can use his ability twice, plus 20k, and then you retired 4 guys, and then Shuki would gain plus 12k, 19k booster, plus onto his 50k no boost, right? Yeah, 50k no boost, or 50k no triggers. So this card, if you want to go all in and go down in a glorious fight, you can easily just go for Eradicator Shuki. You lock these 2 units, so you leave the Vanguard and Shuki in the back row. They retire 4 guys, if they have 4 guys at some point, and then you gain plus 30k, plus 20k from his effect, of his built-in effect, and then Shuki will gain plus 3k for each rearguard you retired, which is 12k in total, and being 7k base, he will need 19k, plus 31k would be 50k. So it's always fun to do that. I've done it to someone who had 1 card, like 2 cards in hand, and like I know he didn't trigger the perfect guard, so I was like, haha, get wrecked. And I won at that point, but then it was just really cool to do it. I play 3 Eradicator Thunderboom Dragon. I'm not playing the triple R version because they cost more money. Bite me, okay? Yeah, vanillas are good. I like them. I like them very much. So, vanillas. I'm playing 3 Eradicator Supreme Commander, Eradicator Supreme Command something 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 Zuitan. Basically, he's an unflipper, and by, I don't know, because he's double R, he has to soul charge 1. I don't know. So when you attack and you hit, you can soul charge 1 and unflip a counterblast and flip a damage. I don't know why it's soul charge 1. I don't know if it's upside or downside, because the only thing that in this game this Eradicator deck uses for soul is sweep command, and this extra soul doesn't even really matter. So I don't know. I think it's a downside, so you can hit triggers and stuff. but who knows? Maybe it's an upside. Deck compression, yo. Now, what I think is probably the most important card in Eradicators. Oh wow, I went really weird there. In Eradicators is Fiendish Sword Eradicator Cho-O or something. This card is very good. So, level 2, grade 2, 9k. When you play it, you can select one of your other Eradicator rear guards, put into Soul, retire one unit in your opponent's front row. Now, this is a break even, okay? It's not even a +1. But the fact that the deck is so synergistic with just making your opponent unable to play cards and having to play on your terms makes it such an amazing card. In addition, with Gauntlet Buster, it gains 3k and 1 crit, along with Shuki, which is right here, he gains plus 3k. So he enables the deck to hit for really good numbers, and overall he's a very good card. I'm glad I got them when they were cheaper, and now they're like 20 bucks a pop, so pretty sad for anyone who wants to build it right here now. I play 4 Iron Blood Eradicator Shuki. Like I was saying, he's one of my favorite boosters. He gains plus 3k every time a rear guard is retired by your card effect, so that you can't attack a rear guard and give him power. This ability stacks, so it gets up to like 13k booster pretty reasonably. And yeah, he's very good, and I would definitely play 4. There's something happening outside, and it worries me, so I'll have to go check later. Hopefully it's not detrimental to my house. I play 4 Ceremonial Bonfire Eradicator Caster. When you play it and you're in the rear guard zone and your opponent has 2 or less rear guards, you may discard 1 card, draw a card. Very good for opening if you have a shady hand, so very good. You don't have to play 4. I play 4 just because I like it. I don't want to play the AK booster. 4 Demolition Dragon, Eradicator Demolition Dragon. When it attacks, gains plus 3k, very standard. Also not playing the triple R version because I'm on a budget. I think I'm only playing 3 Perfect Guards. Yep, 3 Perfect Guards because you just don't have the hand for it. So, in a deck where you don't get to draw a lot of cards, 3 Perfect Guards is more than enough. Unfortunately, these are not Eradicator guard golds, so inconsistencies can happen. I'm playing 1 Lincho, best starter in the game, because if you have a good starter, well, that's too bad. I'm killing it. So Lincho is counterblast 1. When this unit boosts an Eradicator unit and hits the Vanguard, you may send this card to Soul, counterblast 1, retire a grade 1 or lower. 1 or lower. You hear it? 1 or lower. That's so stupid. This card is so good. I don't know why you'd start with anything else. And for my trigger lineup, and in case you can't see it, I play 8 crit, 6 draw, and 2 heal. Why I play 2 heal? Because I lost the other 2 heals that Amulet gave to me. I'm not even kidding. I totally would play 4 heal, but yeah, I can't find them. So 2 heal, 6 draw, and 8 crit. So yeah, that's my Eradicator deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be more coming soon, and I'll see you guys next time.